Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into some pretty fascinating stuff happening in the crypto world right now.
Yeah,
Bitcoin's on the move again. Like you've probably seen if you follow this stuff at all.
absolutely.
It's like it's making a run for that $100,000 mark again,
It is.
which, everybody's been kind of watching for.
Yeah, always a psychological barrier, right?
Right. Exactly.
People love those round numbers.
But here's the thing. It's not even Bitcoin that's the big story.
Right.
It's altcoins. Altcoins are going crazy.
Yeah, they're having a moment.
Like some serious gains. So we're going to break it all down for you today. Is this just, a little blip or is something bigger happening? What do you think?
Well, first, if you look at Bitcoin, it's interesting because it seems like this upward trend really kicked in when the U.S. traders got back after Thanksgiving.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's almost like they came back and were like, all right, time to get back in the game.
They add some turkey and they're ready to go.
Exactly. And now we've got this thing called the Coinbase Premium popping up.
Coinbase Premium. Now, I've heard of that, but,
Yeah.
not everybody who's listening has necessarily.
Sure.
So what is that? What does that mean?
So basically, it means that Bitcoin is trading at a higher price on Coinbase, which is that big U.S. exchange,
Right, right.
compared to other global exchanges. And it's kind of a signal, it's telling us something.
So it's like more expensive to buy it on Coinbase than it is on some other exchanges.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So why is that happening? Well, could be a few reasons.
Yeah.
One, it suggests U.S. investors are really hungry for Bitcoin right now.
Wow, interesting.
Maybe they're feeling more, comfy with regulations in the U.S., or maybe they just don't have as much access to those international exchanges.
Interesting.
But that premium also might mean that people in the U.S. are starting to believe in Bitcoin's future even more.
Oh, so it's not just about, like, convenience. It's like an actual...
Yeah, it's a sentiment thing.
A sentiment. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not just some random price difference.
Right.
Like there's a story there.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, let's get to the altcoins.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, let's talk altcoins.
those are the ones, like I said, that are going bananas.
Yeah, we're talking some big gains here, like double-digit jumps for XRP, ADA, Render, HBAR.
Wow.
These are just a few examples.
Yeah.
And then you look at the CoinDesk 20 index, which tracks, 20 of the major altcoins. It jumped over 6%. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's definitely a sign that they're kind of leading the charge this time around.
And for folks that maybe aren't as familiar, that CoinDesk 20, like, what does that include? Because I'm seeing
Yeah, it's a good mix.
a lot of familiar names, but also some new ones.
Exactly. You've got your big players, your Ethereum, your Litecoin.
Right.
But also some of these newer projects that are starting to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, so it's a good kind of, I guess, benchmark of the whole altcoin world, right?
Absolutely. Gives you a good snapshot of how the market's doing overall.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So why do you think altcoins are doing so well this time?
Well, could be a few things. Maybe investors are thinking, hey, these altcoins have the potential for even bigger returns,
Oh, interesting.
even if it's a little riskier,
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe there's just more interest in certain parts of the crypto world that those altcoins represent.
Like what?
Like DeFi, decentralized finance, or NFTs, which are still a big deal.
Right. Right.
So it's not just about Bitcoin anymore. People are branching out.
Each one has their own kind of story,
Exactly. Each one has its own potential.
And then on top of that, we got the Bitcoin miners. They're having a party too, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. They're loving this. Like Bitdeer, it's a U.S.-listed Bitcoin mining company.
Nice.
It's hit an all-time high, 15% surge. And other big miners like Amari and Ryo, they're seeing those jumps too, 5, 10%.
Okay. So is it safe to say that when Bitcoin goes up, those mining companies do well?
Oh, absolutely. It's a direct link.
Okay.
Because think about it, the miners, they get Bitcoin as a reward. Right.
For validating transactions on the blockchain, right?
Right.
So when the price of Bitcoin goes up, they're making more money.
Makes sense.
Simple as that.
Pretty straightforward.
And that shows up in their stock prices, which is what we're seeing now.
So what about companies like Coinbase and MicroStrategy? Like, I know they're doing well too, but it's not as dramatic as the miners, right?
Yeah, it's a little different for them.
Okay.
I mean, they definitely benefit when the whole crypto market's doing well.
Right.
But they're not just focused on mining. They've got their fingers in lots of different crypto pies, so to speak.
Right. So they're a little more diversified?
Exactly. So their gains might be a bit more, turned down compared to those miners who are all in on Bitcoin.
It's like they're not putting all their eggs in one basket, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Spreading the risk.
Okay, so we've got Bitcoin doing its thing, altcoins going crazy, miners making bank. So I think the big question everyone's asking is, should we jump in? Should we invest? Well, it's tempting, right? I mean, things are looking pretty good right now, but you always gotta remember, crypto is volatile.
Yeah,
Like, it can change fast.
definitely.
And those altcoins, especially, yeah, they could bring big rewards, but they could also swing the other way just as quick.
So, like, what should people be thinking about if they're thinking about getting in now?
I think the biggest thing is don't get caught up in the hype. Do your research. Don't just chase the latest trend because it sounds cool.
Right.
Look into the project, look into the team behind it, the technology they're using, what problem are they trying to solve. Really understand what you're putting your money into.
So we've covered a lot today. Bitcoin's making a comeback, altcoins are surging, miners are happy, and we talked about those big companies like Coinbase and MicroStrategy.
Yeah, it's a lot happening.
It's a wild world out there.
It is.
But here's a question for everyone to think about.
Hmm.
Could this be the start of a whole new bull market for crypto?
Ooh, good question.
If this momentum keeps going, I mean, who knows? It's exciting, but it's unpredictable. So keep learning, keep exploring, and we'll be back to break down more of this crypto stuff for you soon.
See you next time.